Moogle Treasure Trove event is back in Final Fantasy XIV. Hey guys, thank you so much and welcome to Dragonmore Gaming. This is Daniel and I'll be walking you through a quick speed running farm guide for getting these Tomestones of Scripture using Blue Mages in Aurum Vale. So let's check it out. So in this particular video we're going over Aurum Vale. Now Aurum Vale, you may go and look and say like, well, everything with a little Moogle icon will give you the Scripture. Aurum Vale only gives you 4, and you see things like Praetorium that give you 10, and you think that'd be better, but not necessarily. So Praetorium, you're going to have to sit through a bunch of cutscenes, and it's going to take forever. So Aurum Vale, you're going to be able to do super quick, and this one, with the Blue Mage Toolkit, you'll actually be able to just blow up these ads and blow up these bosses. So I wanted to show you on the Blue Mage spellbook here, there's a few of the must-have abilities to make this run, super quick, super clean, and then a few nice-to-haves that just kind of help smooth things over. So when we're talking about Aurum Vale Blue Mage DPS role, so again, you can do this with 1 tank and 3 DPS, or 3 Blue Mage DPS, or you can do it with 4 Blue Mages, but one of your Blue Mages will have to take, the must-have for them is Mighty Guard for that tank role. Now, all the Blue Mages you want to must have Ram's Voice, which is number 33, and this will freeze everything around you. And the reason you do that, not only does it stop them from doing damage, of course, but you will combine this with Ultra Vibration, number 92. And you can see that this one will, everything that is frozen or petrified, so frozen in this case, you can just completely destroy. It will insta-kill all the ads that are frozen when you use Ultra Vibration. It does an AoE around you. So this is going to be our bread and butter for the ads. This will help clear ads super fast, and it is, almost a 2-minute cooldown. So of course we'll be, you'll assign a Blue Mage to each, first, second, third, and maybe even a fourth if you have 4 Ultra Vibrations. And usually by the time the next set of ads is up for the first person, your Ultra Vibration will be up. And you just never stop. It's fantastic. And for the bosses, the must-have ability is Missile 35. This does 50% of current HP to target. Now, the game is really fun in this way that, like, if 2 Blue Mages hit at the exact same time, the server calculates it as you saw the boss at 100, HP, and so did your friend. The other Blue Mage saw it at 100 HP. And so when they both hit, they both do 50% damage at the same time, which together is 100%. So as long as 2 Blue Mages are cashing this at the same time, this is how they can just blow them up and just insta-kill them. It does have a chance to miss, so you might have to cast it a few times, and then at that point, if it does get super low on hit points, it didn't line up perfectly, then you can just hit it with another random spell. It'll have like 2 hit points left. So, but Missile will absolutely blow up the bosses, and this works for the first 2 bosses of Aurum Vale. The last boss you'll have to fight normally. So after that, you'll have to just take kind of your normal damage abilities on your Blue Mage to do the fight. Just normally, but normal Blue Mage damage is pretty high anyway, so you can't really cheese the last boss with Missile, but it'll still go pretty quick. The other must-have ability for all Blue Mages will be White Wind. This is just your heal. Really, all the Blue Mages will have this kind of anyway. And so number 13, this is just so that you can heal yourself, you can heal the tanks, and just make sure everybody stays alive. So that covers the must-haves. And when you get into the nice-to-haves, these are just things that make things a little bit easier for you. So things I like to bring is just to help finish off that final boss. Once you get to about 30%, you got good old Final Sting. This is number 8, and this is the one that will just do a crap ton of damage, but will also kill yourself. So make sure that the boss is low enough. Usually about below 30% is when you can really start Final Stinging on that final boss. Especially if you combine it with another nice-to-have, Moon Flute, which just increases damage by 50%, makes Final Sting 50% stronger, and Whistle, which makes your next physical damage spell, which, oh, by the way, Final Sting is considered physical, another 80% on top of that. So these 3 abilities combined just do silly amounts of damage. It does kill yourself, so make sure that the boss is already pretty low. Another really good, nice to have for the ads is Hydro Pull. And Hydro Pull number 97. This is an ability that just draws all the nearby enemies to you and just kind of tries to stack them much more neatly. And when you're trying to do this and you have somebody else doing Ram's voice, it just makes them all nice and tighter when they're frozen so that the Ultra Vibration can hit everything. Because if everything's spread out, Ultra Vibration might not hit everything, and then you have to like finish off the stragglers. So Hydro Pull is a nice to have just for that reason, just to make it easier to do those Ram's voice Ultra Vibration combos. And really, the only other really nice to have for me is Etherical Mimicry, which is just your stance. So this is number 77, where it just makes the tank better. It makes the DPS hit harder. And that's really all you're going to use it for, is just this kind of boost in damage, just to make sure things go down, you know. And really, we're talking about the final boss, because everything else will die immediately with those between Missile and Ultra Vibe. So this just helps the final boss go faster. And then after that, it's just kind of whatever damage abilities you want. Yeah, I like things like having that big dot, like Song of Torment or Night Bloom. Song of Torment combined with Bristle does lots of good dot damage. Off Guard, just to have on, you know, the boss at all times, just so it's taking more damage. And really, the any of these abilities that you like for damage, yeah, just kind of take for the final boss. But so I just want to make sure you guys know which ones are the must-haves, just so you can get through the fight as soon as possible, as quickly as possible. So I want to show you guys real quick what a run looks like. Again, this is only a 5-minute run, so it should be really quick. But what you're going to do is, here we go. So this is just going to be quick 5 minutes. So in this first room, yeah, we like to usually hug the left, and this is where we're going to use our Ram's voice and Ultra Vibration. So I also like J kick for the little gap closer. So you can see we Ram's voice and then Ultra Vibration, and they all die. And occasionally you will have that, you know, like a straggler if the Ultra Vibe doesn't hit everything, but the ads usually go down. So then you're already at the first boss, and then you start spamming Missile. And so you see, you know, it has a chance to miss, so I miss, but two of our other blue mages hit at the exact same time, and it just insta-kills it. And then in the next room, the next little ad phase, again, just running in. And so usually you assign, you know, who has what turn on Ultra Vibration. So all I did was cast Ultra Vibration just as soon as I saw things that were frozen. So make sure you assign who has what order of Ultra Vibration, and you can see it's on cooldown, so it'll be a while before I have to use it again. Yeah, so you can see that it's a little bit tighter, faster, I'd say, like if you have an actual tank too, because you can see the blue mage tanking, you don't really have a lot of good, you know, spells toolkit to snap AoE aggro instantly, since the blue mage is all casted. But then you get to the second boss, and again it's double, triple missile. And again, I'm just not hitting the missile myself, but there we go. And then, yeah, so if it doesn't line up, you just kind of hit it with a couple spells, and it's dead. And we're already off to the next one. So the next pull, you pull that next room, as well as the patrol, as well as the next scorpions, the next room. You can actually even go further if you want, if you have an actual tank. We decided to stop here just to make sure that our blue mage tank could live. All right, when you get to the Marlborough room, yeah, here we go again. Another Eat Freeze. So, oh, and if occasionally we have the tank die if we don't get things going quick enough. But again, as long as you can get the two, the big gold vines, the big Marlboroughs, that's what's going to let you move on to the next area. And then the last group, another freeze, another Ultra Vibe, and we're already on the final boss. So for the final boss, I like to start with Bristle, Moon Flute into usually Rose of Destruction. Where you try to tingle, but I realize it doesn't actually work with Rose of Destruction. But I like Night Bloom for the big dot, and then lots of spamming of abilities. And then, of course, well, and I messed up that You're supposed to use all 4 charges of that at once. But so now Moon Flute's on, so I'm just kind of walking around, and since I have one of those little debuffs, you can at least grab that while you're Moon Fluted. And then as soon as this is back up, the timing kind of worked out where Phantom Flurry, which is that channeled cone AoE move, just to absolutely blow up the ads and do a lot of damage to the boss. And then it's about time for Final Sting. And you can see 2 blue mages at the same time. It only had like 16% left. Actually, the other blue mage didn't even get it off. So there you go. So 16%, 1 blue mage, done. So guys, that is it. That is how you can do a run of Aurum Vale using blue mages in less than 5 minutes. And for this event, getting you scripture tombstones. And you get 4 per run, so that's like roughly 48 to 50 an hour. So guys, this has been super amounts of fun, and I hope you guys do this so that you can get your fox ears, your doggo mounts, your doggo earring, so you can get all that super quick using this Blue Mage farming guide for Aurum Vale. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.